How's it going? Talking to everybody about the Avengers today, and or at least Avengers 2. The movie is scheduled to come out May 1st, 2015? Yes, May 1st, 2015. And pretty much, the production was actually going pretty well for the movie. And a few of the characters that have been called, like a few of the actors that have been called back to film additional scenes. Now, the more interesting part of this is that Idris Elba was kind of let it slip that most of that Thor, Loki, and Heimdall will actually be in Avengers 2, which is kind of giving out just a little bit too much information, because once you know that it's there, the assumption monster will necessarily come out of nowhere and try and jump into everybody's mind and make them come up with all the craziest stories. And from that, it does necessarily lead people to it does lead Josh Whedon to put in way more Loki and way more Thor and way more Heimdall possibly at the end or in these special scenes. So there is that. Also, Avengers 3 and 4, the Infinity War Parts 1 and 2, are said to be filmed back to back in May. So they will film the entire movie, which possibly means that somebody's going to be or at least they will be editing together 4 to 6 hours of movie content, maybe even more, and thrusting it all together. And they do have to cut it, in half somewhere. And some of it will possibly be released 2016, and then the second movie, even though it may be finished, will be released sometime around either 2017 or maybe early 2018. So there is a good possibility for that. However, I will take this with a grain of salt, saying that the storyline in which that they are there is one actually cool thing with this, is the fact that the grain of salt that I'm talking about is the fact of, will they be putting way more Avengers characters in there, or at least from the actual Avengers from the comics, because it does necessarily let it slip that Vision will necessarily be in the second movie. However, looking at the other two movies, you will have to assume that will Wolverine show up? Will Spider-Man show up? Will She-Hulk show up? Stuff like that. Will the Black Panther show up? That's actually a bigger question, because they do necessarily have most of the bigger cast now. However, a lot of people, including myself, would necessarily like to see other heroes in this supposed Marvel world show up and they take care of things, because some things have happened in X-Men that don't necessarily show up in the Avengers, unless you are, aside from maybe Wanda and Quicksilver, there really isn't anything that's really connecting or bridging most of these worlds together, unless you were actually in the Avengers movie. So that is what I have to say about that. What do you guys think about it? Please tell me down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow. So please keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and leave me a positive or a negative comment down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out.